Following these reports are right. Your team's going to be a lot different this year. I guess you've been following some of the developments. Ashley Cole coming in, Van Dam. How's that make you feel?
Well, I mean, it hasn't happened yet, so I can only really comment on it when it comes in. But if that's right, you look at two players, two experienced, very good players. Of course, it's only going to make the team a lot better. Certainly, when you lose two players like Janine and Omar, I think it's very important that you get someone in who's just as good or even better. So if that's the case, I think it's going to be good for the team.
How disappointed is for you, for the Galaxy, and for the MLS to lose two good players like Omar?
Listen, when you play the game for 20 years, I've seen this over every team I've played. It's the same situation. People come and go. It's just part of the game. People get different offers, better offers, or people want to go, people don't want to go. The club want to get rid of them. It's so many different scenarios that goes on in these situations. That listen, all you can do now is that two lads are gone. They've been great servants to the LA Galaxy, and all we can do is wish them well going forward. I think for us now as a team, it's important that we get the right players in that's going to fit the Galaxy, it's going to fit the dressing room, and most importantly, it's going to do a job on the field.
Don't you think the MLS should retain those good players within the league?
Well, if you get other good players in, well then it's not a problem. But that's the most. If we get other good players in, it's going to help the team and help the league. But that's the problem. But that's okay. But if you're losing these players, that's nothing got to do with me or anybody else. As I said before, some people may want to leave, some people don't want to leave. It's part of the game, and we have to accept that. And this is not going to be the last time this is going to happen. It's going to happen every year with different players going to different teams and different players coming in. It happens in the Premiership, every transfer window.
When the season ended, did you have a sense, the way it ended, did you have a sense there'd be a bigger shake-up than normal?
I think we need a shake-up. If you look at every team, regardless how good you are, every team always gets new faces in to freshen things up. To have a different approach maybe in certain games, and if we get the players in that we're talking about and add a couple more, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll make us a really solid group. So disappointed how the season ended last year, of course, in terms of the way the last 5 games. I think we conceded 16 goals. If you do that, you cannot win any championship. So we've only got ourselves to blame as a group. So I think that's why me personally, and I think the rest of the players are so excited about coming back to start pre-season again and start playing again, because when you're used to winning, it's very difficult to take when you don't win. And I think that's why we're winners. That's why the Galaxy's always succeeded over the last 4 or 5 years since I've been here. We have players who's hungry, that consistently want to win and lift that trophy, and that's why I'm excited to be back.
There was a point last year, maybe August, September, where it seemed like you guys were just going to run away with the long winning streak, and then I think maybe one of the last 8 games of the season. What exactly was missing last season down the stretch for you?
Like I said, I think, as I mentioned before, when you have to score 3-4 goals to win a game, it's very difficult to have that consistency level go till the end of the season. The teams, we've done well towards the end of the season, conceded the less goals. So we conceded way too many goals last year. Towards the end, we had a good spell in the middle, but every team has a spell somewhere along the line where they're doing well. The most important thing is being consistent from the start to the finish, and as soon as you get to the playoffs, it's been very consistent. And listen, we won, so that's the way it goes. You can't win all the time. And congratulations to Portland. They were 1 game away from being out against us. That's where we slipped up. I think that was the game that probably changed it for us, losing 5-2 at home. But congratulations to them, and now I'm looking forward to back playing and Looking forward to a new start. Everyone, new players coming in. I think the whole club now is excited. You know, it's probably not a bad thing that the players have a bit extra time off, because we're not used to what we're used to that in terms of we're always here till the end of December or something. A little bit of time off, but as soon as you have that little bit of time off, you want to get back. I was desperate to get back.
I heard in the off season about the possibility of you becoming a coach. Are you getting your badges already?
Got me badges.
You got it.
B and A.
UEFA or?
UEFA.
And so that's what you want to do post-playing career?
When I finished playing about 4 years.
Robbie, you're fortunate to have played under some really good coaches in English football as well. I've been living here for a long time, and I think Bruce Arena on a global level doesn't get the respect that he deserves. I think with MLS growing globally as well, that's coming. Talk me through a little bit about Bruce and his approach. You use a word, consistency. It's so difficult for players and for coaches to be consistently good year in, year out. How does he compare to some of the coaches you played that you played for?
Every coach I had, the training sessions are very, very similar in terms of what they do. For some people, management skills are a little bit different than other people. Sometimes you have fiery people like Gordon Strachan had, who's very, very fiery, but gets the best out of players. You have different managers. Bruce is, very calm around the place, but then can have a go at people if things are not going well. Listen, as a coach, as a player, as a manager, or whatever, you're always judged on results. You're always judged as a goal scorer. You're always judged on many goals you score. As a coach, you're judged on many championships you won, many trophies you won. And Bruce is the most successful manager in America, so that speaks for itself. I think in terms of in America and in England, Bruce would be Alex Ferguson in America, and that's the highest compliment I can give him.
Yeah, definitely. What about your consistency? I mean, you've been playing the game now for so long, not only...
My 20th pre-season.
Wow.
My
That's
20th
incredible.
pre-season, so a lot of miles in the tank.
Obviously you take care of yourself when you're not playing, you take care of yourself during the season. How important is it, and when you see some younger kids, maybe like a Jack Wilshere who doesn't take care of himself off the pitch?
I don't really want to get into anyone else, but I can definitely speak about myself.
Yeah, so how do you keep yourself, being so fit and this being your 20th
Listen,
season?
you have to look after yourself. You've got a responsibility. You get paid to play football. You get paid to look after yourself, and that's something I've always done. First and foremost, I love the game. So when you love something that you do, it's very, very simple. It's very, very easy for me to wake up on a Sunday morning when I've been off for 3 weeks to go for a run for an hour. It's very easy for me to do that. Very, very easy. It doesn't take anything for me to do that. It's very easy for the last 2-3 weeks, consistently been in the gym before we start pre-season. Because I want to be ready. I want to be the best I can be as soon as that first game starts. So it's not a motivation for me. It's something that I've done for the last 20 years. It's something that I love doing. I think when you love playing the game and you always want to be the best at it, it's very simple to do these kind of things.
Are you surprised by how much success you've had here with LA? I think that when you came over, people were always focused on, you're such a name and a marquee player, and the expectations were really super high. You ended up being the captain of the team. Are you surprised by how you adapted to the league and then how you've been able to kind of have that success year after year?
It's not really for me to kind of say that. It's for other people to say that. Has it gone according to plan what I'd liked? Yeah, it has. Have I done what I kind of wanted to do when I came here? Yeah. Have you won 3 championships? When you win 3 championships in 5 years, it can go either way. That's not an individual thing. That's a team thing. So that's the group. But for me personally, I always set myself goals every year to always do better than I did the year before. And since I've been here, I've done that every year. And this year will be no different. If I don't do as well as I did last year, I'll be disappointed. So that's how I motivate myself. That's how I keep going. Scored 20 goals last year. Scored 21. Scored 22. Get more assists you did last year. This is why I keep telling younger players, be consistent, because there's too many younger players that's up and down, up and down. When you're consistent, when nobody can say anything about you, and you can just consistently keep going about your job and doing the best that you can, do better than you did the previous year. That's all I always say to younger players.
Guys, we have time for one more question, then we have a few.
Robbie, you talked about the dressing room environment, and you're losing Gene and Omar played 180 games each, and Bruce, bringing in some new guys. You're the captain, Bruce is a good man manager, as you mentioned. Are you worried about that locker room dynamic with guys, especially guys new to the league, that adjustment?
Worried about what?
About whether the team meshes, whether they
Well, I'll make sure they will.
okay.
It's very simple. The dressing room, we've got experienced players there, myself, Stevie, both of us been captains over the years. And if I don't see things, me and Stevie don't see things that we don't like, well, we'll change it and make sure that dressing room is a good environment, a good place for people to come, that they know as soon as they walk in that dressing room, they're there for the team and they're there to work hard to make this team better.
Do you and Stevie talk about that? You work together, or?
We know. We've over the years we've seen different players come and go. Some being good for the dressing room, maybe some not as good. So I think as a senior players, we have a responsibility to certainly make, and as captain, I have a responsibility to make sure, that them players, first and foremost, most important thing is them players are ready for Saturday. That's all that matters. As soon as they're playing and they're ready for Saturday and they're doing well on Saturday, but you can't really ask for anything more than that. And certainly if we bring the players in that has been mentioned, no player or no manager signs a player just because for the sake of signing them. They sign him, they find out a little bit about his history. If I was a manager, I'd find out what's he like as a personality, what's he like in the dressing room. The other thing is, that's why Bruce has been so successful. He'll know all this stuff before we sign all these players. I know the players that he signed. If the players are mentioned, I know them from playing against them. I know them from outside of football, that I know what kind of characters they are. So that certainly won't be a problem if that's the players we're going to get.
Did he
Guys, I'm
talk
so
to
sorry.
you?
I'm sorry, Kevin. I
Thanks for that.
apologize. We keep going all day, of course.
See you guys. Good to see you.
Thanks, Robbie.
Next up,
Anytime?
Huh?
Come on.
You could be an announcement later today.